Hello, my reading friends. Welcome back to Reading with Meagan. Today, we're going to be reading a very sweet fictional story called Stone Soup. This story is about a young man who tricked an old woman into making soup for him using a stone. Let's find out how you make stone soup. Stone soup by McGovern, pictures by Winslow, Pinney, Pels. Young man was walking. He walked and he walked. He walked all night and he walked all day. He was tired and he was hungry. At last, he came to a big house. What a fine house, he said. There would be plenty of food for me here. He knocked on the door. A little old lady opened it. Good lady, said the young man, I am very hungry. Can you give me something to eat? I have nothing to give you, said the little old lady. I have nothing in my house. I have nothing in my garden. And she began to close the door. Stop, said the young man. If you will not give me something to eat, will you give me a stone? A stone? Said the little old lady. What will you do with a stone? You cannot eat a stone. Ah, said the young man, but I can make soup from a stone. Now the little old lady had never heard of that. Make soup from a stone? Fancy that. There are stones on the road, said the little old lady. The young man picked up a round grey stone. This stone will make a wonderful soup, he said. Now get me a pot. The little old lady got a pot. Fill the pot with water and put it on fire, said the young man. The little old lady did as she was told, and soon the water was bubbling in the pot. The young man put the round grey stone into the pot. Now we wait for it to cook into soup, he said. The pot bubbled and bubbled. After a while, the little old lady said, This soup is cooking fast. It is cooking fast now, the hungry young man, but it could cook faster with some onions. So the little old lady went to the garden to get some yellow onions. Into the pot went the yellow onions with the round grey stone. Soup from a stone, said the little old lady. Fancy that. The pot bubbled and bubbled. After a while, the little old lady said, This soup smells good. It smells good now, said the hungry young man, but it would smell better with some carrots. So the little old lady went out to the garden and pulled up all the carrots she could carry. Into the pot with the long, thin carrots, with the yellow onions and the round grey stone. Soup from a stone, the little old lady. Fancy that. The pot bubbled and bubbled. After a while, the little old lady said, This soup tastes good. It tastes good now, said the hungry young man, but it would taste better with some beef bones. Poor dog. So the little old lady went to get some juicy beef bones. Into the pot went the juicy beef bones and the long thin carrots and the yellow onions and the round grey stone. Soup from a stone, said the little old lady. Fancy that. The pot bubbled and bubbled. After a while, the little old lady said, This soup is fit for a prince. It is fit for a prince now, said the hungry young man, but it would be fit for a king with a bit of pepper and a handful of salt. So the little old lady got the pepper and the salt. Into the pot went the bit of pepper and the handful of salt, with the juicy beef bones and the long thin carrots and the yellow onions and the round grey stone. Soup from a stone, said the little old lady. Fancy that! The pot bubbled and bubbled. After a while, the little old lady said, "This soup is too thin." "It is too thin now," said the hungry young man, "but it would be nice and thick, with some butter and barley." So the little old lady went to get the butter and barley. Into the pot went the butter and barley, with a bit of pepper and a handful of salt, and the juicy beef bones, and the long thin carrots, and the yellow onions, and the round grey stone. "Soup from a stone?" the little old lady. "Fancy that!" But bubbled and bubbled. After a while, the little old lady tasted the soup again. "That is good soup," she said. "Yes," said the hungry young man. This soup is fit for a king. Now we will eat it." "Stop," said the little old lady. "This soup is indeed fit for a king. So now I will set the table fit for a king." So the little old lady, she took out her best tablecloth and her best dishes. And the little old lady and the hungry young man ate all the soup. The soup made with butter and barley and the bit of pepper and a handful of salt and the juicy beef bones and the long thin carrots and the yellow onions and the round grey stone. "A soup from a stone?" the little old lady. "Fancy that!" "Now I must be on my way," said the young man. He took the stone out of the pot and he put it in his pocket. "Why are you taking the stone?" said the little old lady. "Well," said the young man, "the stone is not cooked enough. I will have to cook it some more tomorrow." And the young man said goodbye. He walked on down the road. He walked and he walked. "What a fine supper I will have tomorrow," he said to himself. "Soup from a stone. Fancy that." Well, fancy that. Let me ask you a question. Do you think the stone was part of the soup's ingredients? Think about it. Well, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for reading with me. Bye-bye.